Hello there, my name's James Kirkham, and I'll be reading pages 131 to 140 to the Funk Treatise 5th edition. Number 6. Strategic communication. The choice of words such as aim and make the most suggests a strategic approach to communication. This implies that you consider your contributions purposefully, with the goal of maximizing the impact of your statements. In summary, your statement reflects a dynamic and strategic approach to participating in conversations. It acknowledges the influence of subject matter on your level of engagement and emphasizes the importance of actively contributing when the opportunity arises. May 5th, 2024. ChatGPT interpreted this as for conversation, but really applies to any scenario, a la Carpe Diem. The psychology of bailing at the last moment, like climbing up a diving board and not being able to jump. Discipline, restraint of action, or fear. The phenomenon of bailing at the last moment, such as climbing up a diving board but not being able to jump, can be influenced by various psychological factors. Here are some potential explanations. Number 1. Fear of the unknown. The hesitation may stem from a fear of the unknown or uncertainty about the outcome. When faced with a decision or action, the mind may amplify potential negative scenarios, leading to an apprehension and reluctance. Number 2. Fear of failure. A fear of failure can contribute to the reluctance to take action. The individual might be worried about not meeting expectations, making mistakes, or facing the consequences of perceived failure. Number 3. Perfectionism. Perfectionistic tendencies can lead to a fear of making mistakes or not meeting high standards. The individual may delay or avoid taking action to prevent any perceived imperfections. Number 4. Anxiety or overthinking. Overthinking and heightened anxiety can create mental barriers that make it challenging to follow through with planned actions. The mind may become overwhelmed with concerns and what-ifs, hindering decisive action. Number 5. Lack of confidence. A lack of confidence in one's abilities or judgment can lead to hesitation. The individual may doubt their capability to handle the situation or believe they are not adequately prepared. Number 6. Decisional procrastination. The act of delaying a decision or action can become a habitual response. Decisional procrastination may result from an avoidance of making choices due to a fear of making the wrong one. Number 7. Inner conflict. There may be an internal conflict between competing desires or goals. This conflict can create a sense of ambivalence, making it difficult to commit to a specific course of action. Number 8. Self-doubt. Self-doubt and a lack of self-trust can undermine the willingness to take risks. The individual may question their abilities, judgment, or worthiness, leading to hesitation. Number 9. Lack of motivation. The absence of sufficient motivation or a clear sense of purpose can contribute to a bailing at the last moment. Without a compelling reason to move forward, the individual may struggle to overcome inertia. Number 10. Perceived consequences. Anticipating negative consequences or potential criticism from others can also be a factor. The fear of judgment or disapproval may lead to a hesitancy to take action. Addressing the psychology of bailing at the last moment may involve self-reflection, understanding the underlying fears or concerns, and developing strategies to manage anxiety and build confidence. Seeking support from others, setting realistic expectations, and breaking down tasks into smaller, manageable steps can also be helpful in overcoming this psychological hurdle. Being heroes to the future. Either work with omission or forget to work about it. Or work to forget about it. Your statement suggests a dichotomy in approaching the idea of being heroes to the future. Either actively work with a mission to positively impact the future, or consciously choose to forget about it. Let's explore the key points. Number 1. Being heroes to the future. The phrase being heroes to the future implies a sense of responsibility and the potential for positive impact on future generations. This could involve actions aimed at creating a better world, addressing global challenges, and leaving a lasting positive legacy. Working with omission. Number 2. The term omission is a unique term, and its exact meaning may depend on the context. It could be a play on words combining we, French for yes, and mission. It may suggest actively working with a shared or personal mission to contribute positively to the future. Number 3. Working to forget about it. The alternative perspective is choosing to consciously forget about the mission or responsibility to the future. This could imply a deliberate decision to disengage from thoughts or actions related to creating a positive impact on future generations. Number 4. Internal conflict or ambivalence. The dichotomy in your statement suggests a potential internal conflict or ambivalence regarding the sense of duty or responsibility to the future. It raises the question of whether individuals should actively pursue positive change or consciously distance themselves from such aspirations. Number 5. Individual agency and choice. The statement recognizes the agency and choice individuals have in deciding whether to engage with a mission for the future or to intentionally forget about it. This highlights the autonomy individuals possess in shaping their own sense of purpose and impact. Number 6. Ethical considerations. The concept of being heroes to the future introduces ethical considerations about the responsibility we bear for the well-being of future generations. This may involve reflecting on the consequences of our actions and decisions on the environment, society, and overall trajectory of humanity. In summary, your statement prompts reflection on the dichotomy between actively engaging in a mission to positively impact a future or consciously choosing to forget about such responsibilities. It raises questions about individual agency, ethical considerations, and the complexities inherent in navigating one's role in shaping the future. The Republic is with balance, co-expanding aside from democracy, to The Republic is with balance, co-expanding aside from democracy. As look what republics you get without or with too much democracy, and what is a democracy's result if not eventually an idea or creation of many republics, both and all existing within a greater hierarchical existence. I'm gonna repeat that whole thing, and if you're able to, you can cut it. I'm sorry about that. The Republic is with balance, co-expanding aside from democracy. As look at what republics you get without or with too much democracy, and what is a democracy's result if not eventually an idea or creation of many republics, both and all existing within a greater hierarchical existence. Your statement delves into the interplay between republics, democracy, and a hierarchical existence. Here are the key points. Number 1, balance and co-expansion. The concept of balance and co-expansion suggests a dynamic and interdependent relationship between different political systems. It implies that there is a need for equilibrium between various forms of governance. Number 2, republics and democracy. Your statement alludes to the idea that republics can exist both with and without democracy. A republic typically involves representative government and a system of checks and balances, while democracy emphasizes direct participation of citizens in decision-making. Number 3, republics without or with too much democracy. The mention of examining republics without or with too much democracy implies a consideration of how variations in the democratic element within a republic can impact its functioning. This may relate to the balance between representation and direct citizen involvement. Number 4, democracies result as many republics. The idea that democracy's result is the creation of many republics suggests that the democratic principles can contribute to the establishment and functioning of multiple republics. This reflects the notion that democratic ideals often involve decentralization and the distribution of power. Number 5, hierarchical existence. The term hierarchical existence introduces the concept of hierarchy, a hierarchical structure where each level or unit is autonomous and has its own integrity, while being part of a larger whole. In this context, it may imply that republics and democracies exist as interconnected parts within broader political structure. Number 6, greater hierarchical existence. The reference to a greater hierarchical existence suggests an overarching, interconnected system that encompasses various republics and democracies. It implies a recognition of the complexity and interdependence of political entities within a larger framework. Number 7, evolving systems. The use of etc. ad infinitum indicates a recognition of the potential for continuous evolution and expansion in political systems. The idea is that political structures may adapt and change over time, responding to the needs and dynamics of society. In summary, your statement explores the interconnectedness of republics and democracies within a hierarchical existence. It highlights the importance of balance, examines the impacts of democracy, In summary, your statement explores the interconnectedness of republics and democracies within a hierarchical existence. It highlights the importance of balance, examines the impact of democracy on republics, and suggests that political systems are part of a larger evolving framework. I'm going to pause. The desire to be in co-successful realities and the effects of subjective success, or even imaginary or delusions of. I want others to succeed in the amount of success becomes a normalcy, and that whatever success means at that point, it will evolvingly be absolutely astonishing. Your statement reflects a desire for collective success, emphasizing the normalization and evolution of success within a community. Here are the key points. Number 1, Desire for co-successful realities. The term co-successful realities implies a shared and collective experience of success. It suggests a vision where success is not limited to individuals but extends to the broader community or society. Number 2, subjective success. The acknowledgement of subjective success recognizes that the perception of success can vary from person to person. Success may have different meanings and interpretations for individuals based on their values, goals, and personal aspirations. Number 3, imaginary or delusion of success. The mention of imaginary or delusion of success highlights the potential for subjective perceptions that may not align with objective reality. It acknowledges that individuals may have varying levels of self-awareness regarding their achievements. Number 4, desire for others to succeed. Your statement expresses a desire for others to succeed. This reflects a communal and supportive mindset, where the well-being and success of others are seen as integral to the overall success of the community. Number 5, normalization of success. The emphasis on making a success a normalcy suggests a vision where success is not rare or exceptional, but becomes a common and regular occurrence. This normalization may contribute to a positive and encouraging environment. Number 6, evolving astonishing success. The desire for success to be evolvingly astonishing implies a continuous progression and improvement in the definition and realization of success. It suggests that as individuals in the community evolve, so do the nature and impact of success. Number 7, the community as a catalyst. The vision of success being shared within a community indicates a belief in the collective power of support and collaboration. The success of one contributes to the success of all, fostering a positive cycle of achievement. Number 8, the inclusive definition of success. The statement implies an openness to diverse definitions of success. Success is not narrowly defined, but can encompass a range of achievements, personal growth, and contributions to the well-being of the community. In summary, your statement conveys a vision of a community where success is not only subjective, but also collective and evolving and inclusive. It reflects a hope for a positive and encouraging environment where success becomes a regular and astonishing part of the shared experience. The entirety and beyond of reality, existence, funk, is a hyperpositional until experienced to be superpositional and then eventually observed as multipositional. Your statement delves into concepts related to the nature of reality, existence, and a dynamic shift from the hyperpositional to the superpositional, eventually leading to the multipositional states. Here are the key points. Number 1, hyperpositional nature. The term hyperpositional suggests the state that transcends or encompasses a multitude of positions or possibilities. It implies a level of complexity or expansiveness beyond conventional understanding. Number 2, superpositional experience. The transition from hyperpositional to superpositional implies a shift from an abstract, potential state to a state of actual experience or existence. Superposition often refers to a quantum phenomenon where particles exist in multiple states simultaneously. Number 3, observation as a catalyst. The mention of observation suggests the act of observation or perception plays a crucial role in defining or determining the state of reality. In the context of quantum mechanics, observation is known to collapse superpositions into specific states. Number 4. Multipositional observation. The term multipositional extends the idea of superposition, indicating a state where multiple positions or states can be observed simultaneously. This aligns with the principles of quantum superposition, where particles can exist in multiple states until observed. Number 5. Dynamic nature of reality. The statement implies a dynamic and fluid nature of reality, suggesting that the nature of existence evolves and transforms based on observation or experience. This aligns with certain interpretations of quantum physics and philosophical concepts. Number 6. Subjectivity and observation. The concept of observation introduces an element of subjectivity, where the act of observation influences the perceived state of reality. This aligns with the philosophical discussions on the role of consciousness in shaping our understanding of existence. Number 7. Beyond conventional understanding. The use of terms like entirety beyond implies that the described concepts may transcend conventional understanding. It suggests a realm of reality or existence that goes beyond our traditional paradigms. In summary, your statement explores abstract and complex ideas related to the nature of reality and existence, drawing parallels to concepts found in quantum mechanics and philosophies. The interplay between hyperpositional, superpositional, and multipositional states reflects a dynamic and evolving perspective on the nature of reality as influenced by observation and experience. College until you can imagine the answer, the question must continue to be discussed. Your statement emphasizes the importance of continued discussion and exploration in education, particularly college. The idea is that as long as a student cannot imagine the answer, the discussion should persist. Here are the key points. Number 1. Continued discussion in education. The statement suggests that the learning process, particularly in a college setting, should involve ongoing discussion and exploration. It highlights the dynamic and evolving nature of knowledge acquisition. Number 2. Imagination as a benchmark. The use of "until you can imagine the answer" introduces the concept of imagination as a benchmark for understanding. It implies that a deep understanding of a subject involves the ability to visualize or conceptualize the answers. Number 3. Encouraging critical thinking. The emphasis on discussion implies a focus on critical thinking and active engagement with the material. Discussions often encourage students to analyze, question, and explore concepts beyond surface-level understanding. Number 4. Continuous learning. The phrase, "the question must continue to be discussed," underscores the idea that learning is a continuous process. There is no fixed endpoint, and discussion should persist until students achieve a level of comprehension where they can imagine the answers. Number 5. Imagination as a cognitive skill. Imagination in this concept Number 5. Imagination as a cognitive skill. Imagination in this context is positioned as a cognitive skill that goes beyond memorization. It involves the ability to synthesize information, apply concepts, and envision potential solutions or responses. Number 6. Development of critical imagination. The statement implies that through ongoing discussion, students not only enhance their understanding, but also develop a critical imagination, a capacity to creatively think and envision possibilities. Number 7. Active participation in learning. The use of the phrase, "can't imagine the answer," suggests that learning is not passive, but also requires active engagement. Students are encouraged to actively participate in discussions, bringing their own perspectives and insights. Number 8. Holistic understanding. The reference to imagination implies a desire for a holistic understanding of the material. It goes beyond the rote memorization and emphasizes the importance of grasping the underlying concepts and their interconnectedness. In summary, your statement advocates for an education approach that values ongoing discussion, critical thinking, and the development of a cognitive skill, imagination. It emphasizes that learning should extend until students can vividly imagine and comprehend the answers to the questions posed. The importance of and being of orientation. Orientation plays a crucial role in various contexts, encompassing both physical and conceptual dimensions. Here are key aspects highlighting the importance and essence of orientation. Spatial awareness and navigation. Physical orientation is vital for spatial awareness and navigation. It involves understanding one's position in relation to the surroundings, which is essential for effective movement and navigation. Number 2. New environments and adaptation. When entering a new environment, orientation helps individuals adapt and familiarize themselves with the surroundings. This is particularly important in unfamiliar places, such as a new workplace or educational institution. Number 3. Cultural and social orientation. Cultural and social orientation involves understanding and adapting to the norms, values, and social dynamics of a particular culture or community. This orientation is crucial for effective communication and integration. Number 4. Education and learning. In educational settings, orientation programs provide information about the institution's resources, policies, and academic expectations. This helps the students and staff navigate the learning environment successfully. Number 5. Professional orientation. In the workplace, orientation is often conducted to introduce new employees to the organization's structure, policies, and procedures. It helps them acclimate to the work environment and fosters a sense of belonging. Number 6. Personal development. Orientation isn't only external, it also has an internal dimension. Individuals may engage in self-orientation to better understand their values, goals, and personal identity, contributing to a personal development. Number 7. Problem solving and decision making. A clear orientation provides a foundation for effective problem solving and decision making. When individuals have a strong understanding of their context, they are better equipped to make informed decisions. Number 8. Goal setting and achievement. Knowing one's orientations in terms of personal and professional goals is crucial for setting a direction and working towards achievements. It involves aligning actions with aspirations and staying focused on objectives. Number 9. Community and team integration. In group settings, orientation facilitates the integration of individuals into communities or teams. Understanding the group's values, goals, and dynamics is essential for collaboration and effective teamwork. Number 10, adaptability and resilience. A well-developed orientation enables adaptability and resilience in the face of change. Individuals who can orient themselves quickly to new situations are better equipped to navigate challenges and uncertainties. In essence, orientation is multifaceted, encompassing physical, cultural, educational, and personal dimensions. It serves as a foundational element for effective navigation, understanding, and integration in various aspects of life. Whether in new environments, social contexts, or personal development, a clear sense of orientation contributes to individual and collective success. 1. I don't know what I can receive, but I know how to appreciate what I have been given. 2. I don't know what I am looking for, but I know what I look for is looking for me. 3. I don't know where I am, but I know this place has no limits. 4. I don't know where I'm from, but I know I have always been here. 5. I don't know where I am going, but I know who's with me. 6. I don't know who I am, but I know that what I am is more than me. Alejandro Jodorowsky. The quotes by Alejandro Jodorowsky expresses a sense of humility, openness to the unknown, and a profound connection to existence. Let's explore the key themes in each statement. Number 1, appreciation for what's given. The first quote reflects gratitude and appreciation for the things received, even when the specifics are unknown. It emphasizes the ability to value and be thankful for what one has. Number 2, the mutual search. The second quote introduces the idea of the mutual search. What one looks for is also seeking them. This suggests a reciprocal relationship with the things, experiences, or knowledge one seeks in life. Number 3, limitless place. The third quote speaks to the idea that the present place or moment has no limits. It conveys a sense of boundless potential and expansiveness in the current state of being. Number 4, eternal presence. The fourth quote touches on the concept of eternal presence. Despite uncertainty about one's origin, there's a recognition of a continuous existence, suggesting a timeless connection to the present. Number 5, guided journey. The fifth quote expresses a sense of assurance in the journey, acknowledging that even though the destination is unknown, there is a companion or a guiding presence along the way. Number 6, beyond the individual identity. The final quote explores the idea that the individual identity is transcendent. It suggests that one goes beyond the limitations of personal understanding, hinting at a broader, interconnected existence. These quotes collectively convey a perspective that embraces the mysteries of life, acknowledging the limitations of individual knowledge while celebrating the profound interconnectedness with the universe. They speak to a sense of wonder, gratitude, and trust in the journey of existence. One may act in faith of their morals and ethics of what they believe God would want put into action, faith of funk. God would want you to take action in their place, and funk knows that you will no matter what. The conintio and hierarchy of nature and consciousness. Your statement delves into the interplay between faith, morals, ethics, and the belief in divine guidance with a reference to the concept of funk. Here are the key points. Number 1. Acting in faith of morals and ethics. The idea that one may act in faith based on their morals and ethics suggests a commitment to principles that guide behavior. This implies a moral compass rooted in personal values. Number 2. Belief in divine will. The mention of what they believe God would want introduces the concept of divine guidance. It suggests a belief of aligning one's actions with what is perceived as the will of God. Number 3. Action and faith of funk. The term funk is introduced, and it seems to be associated with a broader understanding or force. The statement suggests that one's faith and actions are not only in alignment with divine, but excuse me. Number 3. Action and faith of funk. The term funk is introduced, and it seems to be associated with a broader understanding or force. The statement suggests that one's faith and actions are not only in alignment with divine will, but also in tune with this broader concept of funk. Number 4. Divine and funk's expectations. The notion that God would want you to take action indicates a sense of expectation from the divine. Simultaneously, the statement proposes that funk knows you will take action regardless of the circumstances, emphasizing a certain inevitable in alignment with this broader force. Number 5. Conjunctio, union of nature and consciousness. The reference to conjunctio suggests a union of or connection. In this context, it could imply a harmonious alignment between the natural order, nature, and human consciousness. The confluence of divine will, funk, and human action may represent a unified and interconnected existence. Number 6. Hierarchy of nature and consciousness. The term hierarchy implies a hierarchical organization where each level has its own integrity while being a part of a larger whole. This suggests that a nature and consciousness operate within a holistic framework, each contributing to the overall order. In summary, your statement weaves together themes of faith, divine guidance, the concept of funk, and the interconnectedness of nature and consciousness. It reflects a perspective that sees human actions as part of a larger unified existence guided by the personal morals, ethics, and a belief in divine will or funk. The relations of trans, autism, and neurodivergence. The relations between being transgender, trans, autism, and neurodivergence can be complex and diverse. It's essential to recognize that individuals are unique and their experience can vary widely. Here are some key considerations. Diversity of experiences. Both transgender individuals and those with autism exist across diverse spectrums. There is no singular or universal experience within either group, and individuals may identify with various aspects of their gender identity, neurodivergence, or both. Number 2. Overlap of identities. Some individuals may identify both as transgender and as neurodivergent, experiencing an overlap of identities. This intersectionality can influence how individuals navigate their understanding of self, relationships, and society. Number 3, social and sensory considerations. Autistic individuals may have unique social and sensory experiences, and these aspects can intersect with their gender identity. For instance, navigating social expectations related to gender may present additional challenges or unique perspectives for neurodivergent individuals. Number 4, gender identity exploration. Some transgender individuals may experience a neurodivergent condition and vice versa. Exploring and understanding one's gender identity or neurodivergence may involve unique considerations and personal journeys. Number 5, support and understanding. Support networks and understandings are crucial for individuals who identify as transgender and neurodivergent. These individuals may face additional challenges related to acceptance, social interactions, and accessing affirming healthcare. Number 6, identity expression. Neurodivergent individuals may express their gender identity in ways that differ from social norms. Understanding and respecting diverse forms of identity expression is important, recognizing that there is no single right way to be transgender or neurodivergent. Number 7, advocacy and awareness. Advocacy efforts often highlight the importance of recognizing and addressing the unique needs and rights of individuals who are both transgender and neurodivergent. Raising awareness about the intersectionality of these identities contributes to a more inclusive and supportive society. Number 8, individual autonomy. Respecting individual autonomy is crucial. Some individuals may prioritize certain aspects of their identity over others, and their journey may involve navigating societal expectations while embracing their authentic selves. It's essential to approach discussions about the relations between being transgender, autistic, and neurodivergent with sensitivity, openness, and a commitment to understanding the diverse experiences of individuals. Listening to the voices and perspectives of those with lived experiences in these intersections is vital for fostering a more inclusive and supportive environment. How to parent suggests to kids and teens what to do and not to do when it comes to anything and everything. Parenting involves a delicate balance of guidance, support, and fostering independence. Here are some general strategies for parents to suggest what to do and not to do when it comes to various aspects of life for kids and teens. Suggestions for what to do. Number 1, encourage open communications. Create an environment where your children feel comfortable sharing their feelings, their thoughts and concerns. Open communication builds trust and allows for constructive discussions. Number 2, set clear expectations. Clearly communicate your expectations for behavior, responsibilities, and academic performance. Be consistent with these expectations to provide a sense of structure. Number 3, teach decision-making skills. Help children and teens develop critical thinking and decision-making skills. Guide them through the process of weighing pros and cons, considering consequences, and making informed choices. Number 4, promote independence. Foster independence by gradually giving age-appropriate responsibilities. Allow them to make choices and learn from both successes and mistakes. Number 5, Model positive behavior. Children are often learned by observing. Model the behavior you want to see in them. Demonstrate kindness, empathy, and responsibility in your own actions. Number 6, encourage goal setting. Teach the importance of setting and working towards goals. Help them define short-term and long-term goals in various aspects of life, such as academics, extracurricular activities, and personal development. Number 7, provide emotional support. Be there for emotional support. Let them know it's okay to express their feelings and that you're there to help them navigate challenges. Number 8, promote healthy habits. Encourage a healthy lifestyle, including balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and sufficient sleep. Explain the importance of self-care for overall well-being. Suggestions for what not to do. Number 1, avoid overprotection. While it's natural to want to protect your children, avoid excessive overprotection. Allow them to face challenges and learn from experiences. Number 2, avoid micromanaging. Give them room to make decisions and learn from their actions. Avoid micromanaging every aspect of their lives, which can hinder their sense of independence. Number 3, refrain from comparisons. Avoid comparing your children to others. Each child is unique, and comparisons can create unnecessary pressure and affect self-esteem. Number 4, don't disregard their opinions. Respect their opinions and perspective, even if they differ from your own. This fosters a sense of autonomy and encourages open communication. Number 5, don't react impulsively. If your child makes a mistake, avoid reacting impulsively or with anger. Use such situations as opportunity for learning and growth. Number 6, avoid excessive criticism. While constructive feedback is valuable, avoid excessive criticism. Focus on encouraging positive behavior and acknowledging their efforts. Number 7, don't ignore mental health. Pay attention to their mental health. Don't dismiss signs of distress or emotional struggles. Seek professional help if necessary. Number 8, avoid imposing unrealistic expectations. Be mindful not to impose unrealistic expectations on your children. Recognize and celebrate their individual strengths and interests. Remember that parenting is an ongoing process, and it's important to adapt your approach based on your child's age, personality, and unique needs. Building a supportive and nurturing relationship lays the foundation for positive development. Stimulus is not meaning. Your statement, stimulus is not meaning, suggests a perspective that distinguishes between external stimuli and the interpretation or meaning derived from those stimuli. Let's explore a few possible interpretations of this statement. Number 1, sensory input versus interpretation. The statement might emphasize the distinction between the raw sensory input or stimuli that individuals receive from their environment and the subjective meaning or interpretation that they ascribe to those stimuli. It could imply that the mere presence of stimuli doesn't inherently carry meaning until it is processed and interpreted by the individual. Number 2, objective versus subjective reality. It could reflect a philosophical perspective that separates the objective reality, external stimuli, from the subjective reality, meaning or interpretation. In this view, external stimuli exist independently of the meanings humans attribute to them, and meaning is a subjective construct. Number 3, neutrality of stimuli. Another interpretation could be that stimuli themselves are neutral and lack of inherent meaning. The meaning is assigned by individuals based on their perceptions, experiences, and cognitive processes. This perspective aligns with the idea that meaning is a product of subjective interpretation. Number 4, cognitive processing. The statement might highlight the role of cognitive processes in assigning meaning to stimuli. It suggests that meaning arises through the cognitive processing and interpretation of sensory information rather than being an inherent quality of the stimuli themselves. Number 5, philosophical inquiry. This statement might be part of a broader philosophical inquiry into the nature of perception, consciousness, and the relationship between stimuli and meaning. It raises question about how individuals construct meaning from the stimuli they encounter. In summary, stimulus is not meaning seems to prompt the contemplation on the distinction between external stimuli and the subjective meaning attributed to those stimuli. It invites consideration of how individuals process and interpret sensory information to create meaning in their subjective experiences. Giving yourself to God/funk. Being one of many. The phrase giving yourself to God/funk, being one of many, appears to suggest a spiritual or existential perspective emphasizing unity and a connection to something greater. Let's explore a few potential interpretations. Number 1, spiritual surrender. Giving yourself to God often implies a spiritual surrender or devotion, acknowledging a higher power and submitting one's to divine guidance. The act of surrender is associated with trust and a sense of being a part of a larger transcendent reality. Number 2, connection to a higher power, God. The mention of God suggests a connection to a higher power in religious or spiritual contexts. It could signify a desire to align one's life, actions, and purpose with the divine presence, finding meaning and guidance in a higher source. Number 3, funk as a metaphor for universal energy. The term funk may be used metaphorically to represent a universal energy or force. In this interpretation, giving yourself to funk could mean aligning with the energy or rhythm of the universe, acknowledging a connection to the broader cosmic order. Number 4, unity and oneness. The phrase being one of many emphasizes the concept of unity and oneness within a collective. It suggests that while individuals are part of a diverse and expansive whole, there is a shared sense of interconnectedness or unity. Number 5, embracing diversity. The notion of being one of many also implies an acceptance of diversity and a recognition that the individual identities contribute to the richness of the collective experience. It encourages a sense of community and shared existence. Number 6, existential unity. On an existential level, the phrase may reflect that a perspective Number 6, existential unity. On an existential level, the phrase may reflect a perspective that transcends individuality and ego. It could signify an understanding that despite individual differences, there is a fundamental unity that connects all existence. Number 7, harmony with existence. Giving yourself to God/funk might be seen as an act of seeking harmony with existence, whether through a religious or a more broadly spiritual lens. It involves aligning one's intentions and actions with a higher purpose or a universal order. Number 8. Balance of individuality and unity. The phrase suggests a balance between individuality and a collective unity. While being one among many, there is still a recognition of personal agency and identity within the larger tapestry of existence. In summary, the expression seems to convey a sense of spiritual surrender, unity with a higher power, or universal energy, God/funk, and an acknowledgement of being a part of a greater whole. It reflects themes of connection, oneness, and the harmonious integration of individual existence within a broader context. Overall, I believe the text was very informative and opens the mind to different perspectives and stuff. I really like the psychology of bailing at the last moment. They teach you a lot of that during cognitive behavioral therapy, and I think that's a really good thing to put in there. That's something that I've struggled with a lot and work on pretty regularly. The being heroes to the future, I really like that section as well. Especially today, I feel like we're wrapped up in ourselves and not what we can do for our fellow man or for our future. And so I feel like this kind of reading this helps you cognitively keep in check and be like, okay, like, what am I actually doing this for, you know? Let's see. The Republic is with balance, and aside from democracy, I didn't really understand that, but I'm also not too political. It was a hard read. But I would go back. I personally would go back and reread and try and dissect to try and understand it more, just based off of the rest of what I've read. Same with the co-successful realities. That was a lot to unpack. So I would like to dissect that more at a later date. I like the idea of reality, existence, funk is hyperpositional until experienced. It's just a different way of thinking. I really like the way that was presented. The college thing, I agree with what you say about how college forces you to learn until you can use your imagination for the answer. I do believe that college also kind of puts you in a box. School in general kind of puts you in a box, so it kind of kills imagination as well. I feel like I feel like you're using someone else's imagination in some aspects, I guess. Like there's rules and stuff. So you have to use someone like 1 + 1 = 2 is a rule. So you have to use someone else's imagination for said rules through using your own. But as far as like the arts go, or something like that, I feel like schooling and college kind of steals from your imagination. But I might have completely missed what you were trying to say. I am an advocate for schooling in some studies. The importance of and being of orientation. I think this is saying stay grounded. Like, it's important to know where you are at physically and mentally, like in any environment. It helps you stay present. I like that one. This is probably my favorite one. I don't know what I can receive, but I know to appreciate what I've been given. And I like that whole quote. Number one really stood out to me. I would like to expand on it and say, appreciate what I've been given, whether it's good or bad, because either way, it's in my court, and I'm going to have to deal with it. So like even the conceptualized bad, I would say, I try to appreciate, because I'm either going to grow from it or I'm going to learn from it. Either way, I'm going to have to deal with it. So I might as well make the best of it. But I really liked the mutual search, and the eternal presence. The eternal presence kind of touches on the last topic that you brought up with orientation, and that's just kind of like knowing who you are, your orientation in this world. And I think that flowed really well. One may act in faith of their morals and ethics, of what they believe God would want to put into action. God would want you to take action in their place. Funk knows that you will no matter what. I like that this kind of says that I didn't really understand this, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is saying that God expects you to take action, whereas Funk just knows you will. And this is one I would have to dissect on a later basis as well. There's a lot to unpack in these 9 pages. The relations of trans, autism, and neurodivergence. I think I understand what you're saying. I do agree with the relations between the three. I feel like anything that is a spectrum could be thrown in this, but I also believe that when we talk about most things, it's important to go into it with sensitivity, openness, and a commitment to understanding diverse experience of individuals. But yeah, I agree with all of it. Absolutely. How do parents suggest to kids and teens what to do and not to do when it comes to anything and everything? I love this one because I'm a new parent. Encourage open communication, hell yeah. Set clear expectations, hell yeah. Teaching decision making, all of it's fantastic. I don't disagree with any of that. The what not to do, I agree with all of that. I think it's fantastic, and it's all of that. I strive to do each one of those every day. I think it's very important. Stimulus is not meaning. I 100% agree. I think we are I think we're in a society where we attach a lot of meaning to stimulus. Yeah. I don't really have anything to add or say about that. Like, I think you hit the nail on the hammer about it. I think a lot of like anxiety and depressive disorders today, maybe not a lot, but like a good deal are spawned on from like putting meaning into stimulus. Giving yourself to God slash funk being one of many. I like this one because even if you're not a religious individual, it allows you to become one of many and like seek a higher power or accept a higher power. I'm not sure if I'm communicating that right. And that's an important thing because we're all just grains of sand that take up a whole beach, like we have to look out for our fellow man, and be one of many. And yeah, no, I look forward to reading the rest of this. I had a blast reading the 9 pages I did, and I'm excited to continue. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm sorry it's late, and I hope you have a great day.